done a lot of different kinds of painting. I've done acrylics, I've done oils, and I really enjoy it. That's probably one of my favorite mediums to work in. But one kind of painting that I tend to stay away from is watercolors. The difference between acrylic or oil and watercolors is that with acrylics and oils, more often than not, you're taking things and you're adding colors, and you're adding more and more colors. Whereas with watercolor, a lot of what you do is in what you don't add. That's something I've noticed with watercolors in general, is that the people who are really good at them know where not to add paint. And I'm not good at not adding paint. There's a thing in art called negative space, and that's basically space that isn't filled up by stuff. And I tend to be a bit of a maximalist when it comes to art in general. I like to add lots of things, but most art is actually benefited by knowing where not to add things. We're gonna mess around a little bit and see kind of what we're working with here. I think it's all about contrast. I mean, think about in like music. If you've got like a little bit of a pause before like that big drop, it just makes that big drop stand out more. Let's try doing like a rose or something. If you want something to actually stand out, you need something different next to it. It's like in action movies, when the whole movie is just action, 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 it gets kind of like boring after a certain amount of time. You need certain moments of like quiet or reprieve to actually be able to enjoy the moments of action. And it's the same with painting or drawing or any of those sorts of things. Because look, if I filled this in completely and I didn't leave the white spots and I didn't leave any of the texture, it would all just be a blob. Some really important concepts I feel like are the negative space one, knowing where not to put paint, and also knowing how to use implied lines. Like on this rose, for example, you can tell that things are supposed to continue. Like at the top here where there's nothing, you can tell that it's a rose because your brain's filling in that, oh yes, that's just because of how the light's hitting, that I don't actually see the edge of the petal there. I'll be honest, already this flower is feeling better than I thought it would. Should we add some like thorns? This kind of look more like leaves than anything. That's okay. I probably shouldn't have. Like I said, I'm not good at knowing when not to add paint. Let me try a different kind of flower, and I can kind of show you maybe what I mean. Because I'm happy with that rose. Let's try and do a flower where we kind of fill it in completely. Let's do like a, is this a daisy? See, like that doesn't look nearly as real as the rose over here. Which is interesting because in actuality, plants, you know, are solid. But it's about knowing where to put the white highlights. That was something I noticed in a design drawing class I took at one point, where we were literally doing drawings of paper bags. That's what we were doing in the class at that point. And something I noticed was that as far as drawing the paper bags go, I was one of the few people that actually had like black and white sections. A lot of people hung out in the middle sections there. They had a few different shades of gray, but they didn't have any really dark sections of gray or really light sections of gray. And it made things look very flat. You gotta have more contrast. Look at the difference in how those feel. I mean, obviously one's kind of more cartoony looking than the other, but also all of the color tones in this are about the same. Whereas in this one, you've got that dark red right next to that white. You've got kind of like that space there that helps the green to stand out on the leaves. I obviously went for different color tones and things, but I think that's kind of the main thing, is being big confident strokes and knowing where not to put stuff. So what do we want to paint? I kind of want to try doing more flowers. I know that there's a prompt that is Flora, but I don't know. I just kind of want to paint some flowers. I am going to sketch it though, because I want like, there's going to be like paper kind of around it and a bunch of stems. And then there's going to be like a bunch of leaves and things. All right, I think I've got kind of the location of things now. We're just gonna go for it. So I made the list of prompts for this month. So I obviously added art fears as one of the things to do. And I think it's because I knew that it'd be good for me to actually get out of my comfort zone a little bit and mess around with some things that maybe I'm not used to messing around with. I wanted this month to be an opportunity to try a bunch of different kinds of art. And I knew that I was going to stick to my comfort zone. and just do the things that I know that I enjoy doing. So I needed some reason to get out of my comfort zone a little bit and actually do some of these things that maybe I don't normally. Let's get some of this green in here. Alright, I do want to add some other plants as well. I was thinking maybe we do like, is this a gray or a green? It's kind of a greenish gray. Let's I think it's kind of a greenish tone. Let's add some like purple, some little purple bits in here. Some sprigs of lavender. I think a lot of this is also about like texture. Ooh, look at that texture. I think I need a little bit more down towards the bottom here. Add some more in the back here. A little bit more like solid almost. Like it's they're a little bit more blended together because we can't see them as well. I'm also going to add a little bit more of some of this green. Maybe some like longer leaves. Honestly, it's looking kind of pretty like this. I feel like we need maybe like one more like small flower. Maybe, do we go for like a yellow? I'm thinking like just like a little tiny flowers. There we go. I'll just add a little bit more color in there. And I do have one more color of green, so we could add a little bit of that in there too. This may be a little bit bright compared to everything else. I don't know if I like this green, but that's okay. I've already started, so there's no going back now. I don't know why I don't work in watercolors more often. This is fun, actually. I'm having a good time. I feel like I'm picking up the idea of how it works. All right, let's add our like wrapper around this. Because I want it to be like, you know, like a bundled up thing of flowers. What color do I want to do? I think blue. We don't have like a lot of blue. And I've got like a pretty teal here. Ooh, let's do that. I've got a few different blue colors. Oh, and I realized that I have the stems down here that I haven't done either. And I've got a couple of other different colors of blue that I could add a little bit of in here. Put some more of the like darker tone up there. There we go. Oh, I should have put like a ribbon on it. I wonder if I could still do that. I wonder if I could still fit a ribbon on here. A really dark blue, just like... and then I think if I'm going to do that, I need to kind of change the shape of this a little bit to like that. Because it's like pulling it in there. And then let me add some stems down here. There we go. Add some more of the green in here. Make it feel a little bit more full in the middle. There we go. You know, I think the bow could use a little bit more dark blue. Just slightly darker. I might need to let it dry a little bit so that I can actually get some of those shades in there. We'll give it a second. I can erase some of this stuff up here though. Some of it's still wet, so I don't want to mess with it. But some of this stuff I can erase. You know, for a medium that I'm not super confident in, I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. What do you think? I mean, do please be nice. Like I said, this is not a medium that I'm all that like confident in or familiar with. So this is very much me just kind of messing around and trying out the medium a bit. So, you know, I mean, if you have some constructive criticism on how I can work with watercolors better, I'm open to that. But please be nice about my flowers. Thanks for hanging out while I tried out this slightly new medium to me. I'm glad that you could join me on this little bit of a journey. I will be back tomorrow for another video. Hopefully, I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye!